way too many people are committing suicide, and way too many people are suffering from poor mental health in general. It's okay to ask for help. It really is. In 2013, I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder and moderate severe depression. At the time, I couldn't recognize the signals and the signs, and I didn't have a clue what was going on in my own head. In May of that year, we set off for a epic 1,000-mile cycle ride from London to Nice. I was in the army at the time, Sergeant Major. I'd trained really hard, set an example, didn't want to be the rider at the back of the peloton, and we cracked on. Felt strong, couldn't wait to get to the Alps and tackle some of the infamous Tour de France climbs. And on about day 7, we tackled Alpe d'Huez. 8 to 11% gradient, 21 infamous hairpin bends. And I'd given myself a target of an hour and 20 minutes to do the climb. There's no race, just get up to the top, enjoy the view. As we set off, I pushed down hard on the pedals, went through the gears, and quickly my heart rate was in the red. It's all about enduring the suffering for me. And as I neared the top, I realised that I was going to come well within that hour and 20 minutes. And I pushed hard, crossed over the finish line, stopped the watch, got off the bike, an hour and 12 minutes. But instead of feeling elated, instead of feeling on top of the world, I felt like my world had collapsed around me. I felt sad, I felt lonely, I felt, well, just generally depressed. I didn't understand what was going on, but as the Sergeant Major on the expedition, it wasn't a case of feeling sorry for myself. I had to crack on, head down and finish the rest of the expedition. A few weeks later, back in England, a boss of mine said to me, "You don't look great. You okay?" I said, "Not really. I don't feel good." He said, "Look, can you come and see me in the morning?" So I popped into his office. We had a chat. I said, "I just don't feel myself. I am not in a good place." He was right. "I want you to go get some medical help." So I did. Few days later, I was referred to a psychiatrist who diagnosed me with those symptoms of general anxiety disorder and moderate severe depression. At the time, it was relief because I had visions and all sorts of negative thoughts about being thrown in a padded cell, the normal crap that you see on the TV. That wasn't the case. The military gave me first class support. I was on a 9-month back to work program, 20 milligrams of citalopram. I did come off the tablets early. That was through my own choice. Through the start of that journey, it was miserable. Panic attacks, blackouts, not wanting to leave the house. I had a little dog at the time, Mr. Socks, bless him. He was the only one that kept me going. Get out and about. But I would literally take him for a walk around the village when I thought nobody was about. Earphones in, audiobook on, and that was my coping mechanism. But what I did realise was I need to be motivated, and that is a key. I will tell everybody all day long. It's something I talk about often. When you're struggling, the motivation is the element, the aspect, the skill that's going to get you out of that rut. 3 sides to my mental health triangle I talk about when I deliver these talks to teams and organisations. The first one, already mentioned, motivation. The second one really is time. Everyone's going to have a different bandwidth. Some people recover very quickly. Some, sadly, don't really ever recover. The final side to that triangle is empathy. It's the hardest one to attain, if you like, because you rely on external factors, friends, family, colleagues. I didn't need flowers and chocolates. I didn't need, an arm around me. What I needed was acknowledgement that I wasn't in a good place, and actually just give me a bit of space. That then enables you to have the time to recover. So in 2014, I started to feel a lot better. The panic attacks went, the concentration came back, which had completely disappeared. I couldn't even read a text message at one point. Something happened to me during that period. something positive. I started to have a thirst and a hunger for knowledge. I started blogging about sport. I started reading more. In the back end of 2014, I enrolled on a level 7 leadership diploma. I ended up doing a master's in business administration at Northampton University. And that journey continues today. The willingness to learn, life is an experiment and it's a journey of discovery. Since 2014, the depression's disappeared, but the anxiety is still there. It comes and goes. I feel like I'm on a train track ricocheting between each side of the track. In recent weeks and months, it's been a lot better, but I've been working really hard to reframe my thoughts. If the train's running late, so what? I've now got an extra 10 minutes to do something else. Find some new tracks on Spotify, or send an email, or check in with a family member. And that's really important. But the key message here is starting block. It's okay to ask for help. No one's asking you to do a self-diagnostics. Leave that to professionals. But just by saying to a loved one, partner, family member, best friend, look, I don't feel great, something's off. I have what's called a body box that I've sort of developed that looks at 4 aspects of my life. And you can go back through my catalogue. One of my first posts, I speak about that: nutrition, hydration, exercise and sleep. Don't want to cover that here today because the key message is it is okay to ask for help. Poor mental health is indiscriminate. It's everywhere in all walks of life. Some people are far worse off than others. Some people are addicted to drugs or alcohol. I've never been one for hitting the bottle during the dark times. It's easier said than done for some people. But you've got to remember, it's okay to ask for help. Well, I hope this video on Was Radio was useful. I'll be talking a lot more about self-help, mental health, motivation, inspiration, and all the other good stuff that comes with being a life mentor. So yeah, do like and share this video, and hit me up in the comments if you've got anything you'd like to share. Thank you.